Let me sign you in.
Hello.
Hey, Jerome. How are you?
Oh, fine, thank you.
Excellent.
And hello.
Greetings, Steve.
So how's everybody's day?
Oh, fine.
Ending.
Good.
We're past the start time, which means that our conversation past this point will end up on YouTube. So.
Okay.
They will never know what time it is.
Yep. We'll wait a couple of minutes more for anyone else that's likely to join.
Robert, if I'm more embarrassed by what happens on the first 5 minutes of this call than anything else that's on YouTube for me at the IETF, I will be sorely disappointed.
It is not so interesting for most people, but anyway, yeah.
Well, maybe you never know. In 10 years, it will be very valuable.
The first line on the mailing list from Linus Torvalds about a small project called Linux, but I hope that we will be same as him.
No, but we are real humans talking about technical stuff that will not happen maybe in 10 years.
Yeah.
So I have been volunteering with a program called Engine, which hooks up people who are relatively fluent English speakers with people in Ukraine who are practicing spoken English. And, you could have a great vocabulary and all the grammar and everything like that, but just parsing the words is a challenge, especially when you're listening to someone like me. So I've started sharing AVT core recordings with my friends, just so that they can giggle and see, oh look, no one else can understand what Spencer's saying either. Oh look, I'm not the only person who's not a native English speaker that Spencer can't understand. It's just greatness.
Well, we're almost 5 minutes in. Maybe we should go ahead and start. I guess. Did we get regrets from Dave or anyone?
Dave should join. He said that, but anyway, we can start without him.
Excellent. So we are all signed in. Excellent. And we are reminded that this is an IETF meeting covered by NoteWell, and there's the link for that in the notes for anybody who needs to refresh their memory. We have August meeting notes. Does anyone have corrections for those?
No, it's fine for me.
Same for me.
Okay, cool. We have two documents that are at some point in the publication process. The tags document, I've nudged Ori in private email to ask him to take a look at -19. And I think that was last week, I think. And Robert is nudging the ISG again. So we don't have any actions on that that I know of.
Yeah, Ori confirmed that the ball was in his court earlier today, and he should respond.
Excellent. So we did the 3-week working group last call for -15 of CELLAR Codec. I didn't see any comments on the mailing list, and I don't see any new issues in GitHub for that specification. Did I miss anything that anybody typed in or that anybody saw?
No.
That being the case, next thing is for Spencer to do a Shepherd write-up and request publication. I'm going through IDNets and I'm verifying the availability of our references. So you may see email from me about that on the mailing list, but I don't have anything to talk about now.
Okay.
So FFP1 version 4.
Yeah, still pending. I didn't have a time to finish it, so yeah. I am also late on FFV1 V3 about the integration in raw cooked about the GPU, so it is the priority for the moment. No, I just can't say that I didn't have the time for that. Sorry, it is still something I want to do, and I repeat it often, but it is still on my to-do list, just pending.
So I'm looking at this, and I've read this draft before, but it's been a while. It's dated January 2024.
No.
And I mean, that's fine. You know,
this FFV1 V3 is too good, and people like it, so they keep using it. But yeah, we need to finish the V4.
So we've been saying that we wanted to do this by year end, which I think, Robert, I think that fundamentally means roughly early November. If we do that, if we're trying to do that by year end, is there a critical reason for us to try and get this out as quickly as possible?
So I didn't understand. The question is, can you repeat, please?
Sure. I was saying it will take. So we've been saying we want to request publication in 2025. Realistic, that means we would do working group last call and complete it probably by early November. Is there a reason we need to do that by November?
No, I think we will not meet this deadline. It will not work. It will not be stable or enough for flagging a V4 at this moment.
Okay. Do we want to improve our forecast date?
So the idea is, for the moment, it is stalled, so I cannot say a lot of things about that. It is a problem with people working on it, so difficult.
So
what is the impact? So if we say that it will be only in 2026.
Yeah. So I think a better way for me to ask my question is the easiest dates for the IETF are IETF meeting dates in my mind. So IETF 124 is in early November. IETF 125 would be in March. Is March a better estimate than November?
So it will be for the IETF in March. So
Yeah. So we're thinking March now.
Yes.
Or
Okay.
earlier, is it, or do you think that when we get to March, it might even be past that? Is getting to it entirely out of your control?
It is just tired. So no, it is not out of control. It is just that people focuses on V3, and for the moment, it does not attract any enough attention for putting effort on before.
Okay.
So I think what I'm thinking is that as long as there's so much focus on V3, we may not need to publish V4 while all that's still going on. Does that sound right?
There is still ideas we want to implement, and there is some updates. So focusing on V4. So there is a lot of things to try. It is just the lack of time about trying that.
Yeah.
So in FFmpeg source code, we have already a lot of things about the floating point numbers, for example, and we need to formalize that in the specification. So it is still experimental. The update in FFmpeg is flagged as experimental, so it is not hard coded. It is not public. It is something we want to finish in the specification first before saying that it is something public. Like what we did in V3 was in the wild before IETF, and now for V4 we don't want to publish something stable before having the specification in IETF, but it is more advanced in the source code than in the specification. But we have a lot of things already in the source code. We need to formalize that in the specification and then publish it. So it is more lack of time for doing that.
Okay, cool.
But it is still something. It is something people want, but it is lower priority than the GPU acceleration, for example, in V3.
So my definition of a reasonable estimate is it's more likely to be too late. It's as likely to be too late as too early. Is March an okay estimate?
Yes. It is now in FFmpeg source code. We have a lot of things, and and also on FFmpeg level there is some proposals for more speed up for the 16-bit support. So altogether we have some material for FFv1 v4, and now we need to formalize that directly in the specification.
So I think about what can we do. Robert and I would like to be as helpful as we can. What can the rest of the community do that would be helpful for you while you all are finishing up V3 work?
I honestly don't know. Now that the V3 GPU acceleration is in FFmpeg source code, we need the time to publish FFmpeg v8 in the wild in other distributions, and we need to adapt raw cooked our project for that, and it is working on the GPU integration in raw cooked, and then when it is done, we can focus on V4. But it is it is a side project. So Raw Cooked is my project. So it is not part of the community. It is, we use FFV1 GPU acceleration, but it is not something that the community can help a lot.
I guess so. One question for me would be: do you think the specification is stable enough for Spencer to do reading, looking for nits, and basically the chair review kind of work?
No, for the moment it is not useful.
Okay.
It is just yeah, we need to do the conversion between the source code and the a public readable specification. And before we do that, so after we do that, it would be useful for you to review and comment. But for the moment, it is not ready.
Isn't there an AI that can turn source code into specification?
It would be great, but AI is not good enough for the moment for that, unfortunately.
Then we'll be out of work.
So I'm just going to say this. I fed the minutes from the last AVT core meeting into LM Notebook, and it just said summarize, and it was brilliant. Don't feel bad about using that as one tool. Well, cool. So
I understand that it may be upsetting for you that it is stalled, and I keep saying that it is something we want to do. It is just an issue about time.
Cool. So I think one question, Robert, this specification is currently expired. Would it be a reasonable thing to do to just submit it with a new version number so that it's not expired, so that it shows up as an active draft? Or do you think anybody would care?
Sorry, I didn't get the question.
So he's asking me if we should just do a refresh of the draft so it has a new version number, but otherwise isn't really changed so that it doesn't show as expired in the data tracker. The only new people coming would want to know whether or not they need to read the draft, and if we just do the refresh, that would confuse them. They would go read it, and we know that it's not ready to be read.
Okay.
So I think that the only other use is the ISG trying to determine whether or not they should close working groups.
No, wait, we have
not yet.
So much.
Not now, please.
If that starts to happen, I can explain to them.
No, I will focus in October or November for having at least a good update and conversion between the current source code and the specification, so we can show that there is some evolution about that.
Cool. So
to do a quick edit. Yeah, if you want to do a quick edit, you can update the reference to the FFV1 and Matroska RFC, because right now they're pointing to drafts.
Yeah.
You can at least.
But again, my concern is, I mean, we could do that, but if we were to get
it's misleading.
Yeah.
So no one has talked to me about whether we need to close CELLAR or not yet. So this could reasonably wait for a while before we try to do anything in the data tracker.
I think it should.
Cool.
Okay.
I guess I was just showing what the data tracker looks like. Just that we're showing the chapter codec specification and FFV1 V4 as expired drafts now. But we've got activity that's going on with the other two drafts. So that that part's fine. So, okay, cool. Well, in that case,
Then I should start doing a Matroska V5 first document. It's actually there's already a draft. And like this week we added an element for Jerome suggested for V5. So we keep on adding things. We just had to generate it and upload it.
So that sounds excellent.
When V4 is totally finalized, we need to decide about when we publish the V5.
Yeah. There's still a bit of work. There's a lot of requests, mostly pull requests as well. Things that have been moved to V5. Yeah, there's a bit of work.
Excellent.
We started to send something on FFmpeg Devel about the timecode support, so block additional. So so it is in review by FFmpeg Devel. So we use the block additional mapping, and it will be in production soon.
Yeah, FFmpeg. Merging things in FFmpeg can take a long time.
I know.
Unless you ask the right people who do it. I actually have I can merge things in FFmpeg, but I don't do it because not really part of the development team.
But I already sent a first patch series, and there were a couple of reviews about it. So I need to fix some stuff, and it will be in FFmpeg.
Do you use the mailing list or the Forge Joe?
FFmpeg Devel mailing list.
Okay, because now they have not a GitLab, but something like that.
Oh.
Which is active.
I was thinking FFmpeg Devel is the only way to send patches.
No.
Not anymore.
The link. I think it's Michael who proposed that, I think. But yeah, there are there's 106 merge requests. They have issues as well listed there, and I think they have a CI running in there as well.
Okay.
So it's active, and I have things to submit there, and I think I won't use the mailing list. You get more visibility, and it's cleaner to read.
Okay.
I just noticed also that we're coming close to the end of 2025, so it will be good for Robert and me to propose 2026 meeting dates soon.
For me, the same system than this year is fine.
Yeah.
First Tuesday.
It's worked before.
The which Tuesday?
Fourth.
Third.
So the third Tuesday.
Third.
Sorry.
Okay.
Third.
We can do that. Cool. Was there anything else we need to talk about?
About the block additional mapping name, Steve. My idea was to add something similar to the name element in the track element. Is it too much, and we keep only tags from your point of view, or is it useful to have this name sub-element like what we have
I
in
don't
the
know
track?
if you saw my last reply, but basically, yeah, the idea is that we have a name for the codec, but it's just for human friendly, but it's not like something people are supposed to read or something. But if you want to like tag for human consumptions and
It is
something that
the same
is less
system than
technical and that people are supposed to read and edit and change the
mm.
text, it's better to use text for that.
Okay, so we don't try to have something like the name sub-element, what we have in the track element. We have a name tag. We have a name sub-element in track, but
Yes,
maybe it is not useful to have the same for the block additional mapping.
but we do have one for the block additional, is block add ID name.
It is the but it is the name of the type, not the name of the track. Something like the track.
Ah,
It is the
yeah,
name thing we have in the block additional mapping. It is the name of the type of a block additional mapping. So something like the
yeah, but
codec.
technically the name of the track is something like that as well. It's not well defined, but people use it to say, oh, it's English with a
Mm.
subtitle or something, and that's it. But that's because at the time, and still probably, most people don't use tags, so they just have an easy way to do it. But it's better to use tags, and especially in your case where you have to
Yeah.
or maybe not, but now that we have added the element
Mm.
in the target for the block addition, then
Yeah,
you
we can
can.
use the tags for that also. It is different possibilities, but I am fine. It is just to be clear that we wanted something like the name sub-element in track. But yeah, it is maybe something from the past, and it is maybe better not to do that for the block additional mapping. So we use only the tags.
I think so, yes.
Okay.
Could I ask right quick, Steve or Jerome, either one of you? I think we were just discussing pull 1026 and that the conversation was about Matroska v5.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Yeah. Sorry. So I will close the 1026 because I will use only the tag system.
Yeah, and then you have nothing new to define because you just basically use the new elements that we added for V5
Yes.
and the regular tag, I don't know which name, but
Mm.
like the most basic one for description.
Yeah.
Do
Okay.
you think we should return to the tag definition for timecode block additionals and give some guidance as to what tags to use? Like in the sort of originating case, we just need to store what type of timecode it is. So it's just like one string, and it would. So I'm thinking that we should go back to the definition of how timecode is stored in block additions and make the recommendation that clarifications of the type be stored in a tag of a certain name so that every implementation of timecode doesn't have to reinvent how to store this in tags.
Yes, and because the element for V5 was merged this week, I think, or last week. So yeah, but basically we can have a small paragraph explaining if you want to add meta information about this block addition, you can use tag using this element, that element, and then you can use all the tags name that already exists, author, like name, date, etc., device. all kinds of things that exist in tag that you can use to enhance the information about what you put in there.
Okay, so I will change the PR and I will add some hints about how to use the tag system for and being more explicit about the source of the time code, for example.
Yes, you can do that.
Okay.
Jerome, I think it's not just to say like what the name of the tag is that we would store this data, but we also should give a recommended vocabulary for how to express things like litzy and litzy on field 2 and things like that.
Okay.
Dave, what was the second thing you said after the recommending a tag name?
For the tag value, to give a recommendation for the vocabulary. Just so that, you know, we will say the time code comes from the vertical interval or the serial port, but it would be good to standardize expressions for this because there's maybe like a half dozen types of ways to transmit time code. It's such a small vocabulary that we should just make the recommendations clear of what these expressions are.
Is it a fixed set of values or something like that? Because you could create your own tag that could be binary if you want something that is machine readable, and then you.
Well, I think that was Jerome's original proposal, but then we moved this idea to tags.
No, I prefer texts, but with a specific vocabulary. So we put a first list in the time code definition, saying that the name shall be that the ITC, for example, or LTC, and so on. So the list is not exhaustive, that's all. But at least we have a first list.
Okay.
Okay, so I will change the PR to a specific list of the source of the time code.
Okay, and these information are not useful for decoding the.
No, it is.
Time code.
No, it is only informational. So it is not in the block add ID extra data. It is only for information, for user information.
Okay.
So I'm just learning enough still about the subject matter to take salient notes. I put a couple of sentences in under any other business. If they're wildly off base, please correct them before somebody believes what they say.
On this call, the only person Robert is likely to confuse is me, but other people do look at minutes.
That looks fine to me.
Cool. Is there anything else we need to talk about today?
No. Thank you.
If there is no further business, we will give you guys 27 minutes back.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
You all soon.
Bye, thanks.